Let's hit record so we don't forget that. Happy day, everyone. Welcome to Shift Session 2, where we are going to go over Tactic 4, where we find the motivated for lead generation because it's going to change. It's going to be different. Let me just add everybody else in who's coming into the room. I'm also up in the chat for you. So don't forget, for more entries or information, you can head on to all these different places. So you can play along on the game board, grab the Zoom backgrounds, and also get more entries to win the prizes. We have a huge prize today, and you have to stay on to win, and you have to be here to win at the end when we give it away. We have a private Facebook just for Summer of Shift. So make sure you go there. We will not be letting people in during shift because we're focused on you. And then don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube. Jamie Camerata, you're in here like 15 times. It's scaring me. Like, how many of you are like, go look in the chat. There's like
Sorry.
7 of you. 8. They just keep coming. Like,
leave it to Jamie.
I know someone who shared her link.
That was last week too. I was laughing at it.
All right, I'm gonna put that in one more time for the people who are just joining us.
Sorry, could you say that again?
No, Siri. Did you hear that? I did not ask her to do anything. All right, let's hop into it. Today you have myself, Brooke Silva, your regional technology trainer, and Tiffany. Who are you? Explain who you are.
I am the regional productivity coach. So if you are looking to bring your business to the next level, talk to me.
2 of the best people to talk to you guys about a shift. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Can everybody, I hate saying this, but can everybody see my screen?
We can see.
Excellent. Now, we do have a lot to get through today. So today we may not be taking as many comments off of mute that we would normally like, but what we want you to do is still participate in the chat today. Tiffany and I are going to do our best to moderate the chat as we go, while still letting a million people in.
I got you, Brooke. I got you.
All right, everybody needs a piece of paper today, a scratch paper. Find the nearest receipt, whatever you were writing on last. Grab your digital notebook, your Remarkable, your iPad, because the first thing we're going to do is, what's your current mindset on lead gen? What is your emotion around it? How do you feel about it? Does it confuse you? Does it excite you? What is lead gen? I have no idea. People just say lead gen, I'm a brand new agent, and it's a scary phrase. But just take a minute, date the top of the paper, and I want you to write down your feelings on lead gen. Could the real Jamie Camerata please stand up? Like, which one is the real one? I see you. I'm putting real Jamie around your name. That way, if I have to. There you go. I see you. Okay, for realsy. All right, just a couple more seconds. Just write down some gut punches. Don't forget to hit that mute button. There is a lot of you joining in here today. And as much as I love your dogs and kids, the rest may not share that. All right. So put it in the chat. Pick one word. I see already some people. Greatly dislike lead gen. Excited? Relationship building. Necessary. Needs to be more focused. It's our life support. I've got a pukey face from one of the Jamies, which I actually think is Vivian Marcus, if I recognize that tiny little photo. Consistency, uncomfortable, needed, disingenuous. Well, we're going to change that mindset a little bit for you today, because any shift, it does have to change, right? And sometimes the way lead generation is explained to us or isn't explained to us can really set the tone for our mindset. Raise your digital paws or your real ones if you'd like to have a more positive mindset or gut feelings around lead generation. I should see screens of hands up. Yes. Yes. Because lead gen is no longer a dirty word. Tiffany, do you think lead gen is a dirty word?
No, I mean, but I also love lead generation. So
Yeah, you're one of those cuckoo nuts who got into it in the beginning and you truly understand. But as a productivity coach, I sincerely hope
yeah.
that you enjoy it. So let's talk about what some of the lead gen things actually are. Okay, because this is where I think the confusion comes in and people don't know where to look for, or you feel like you're being spammy. Does anybody feel like they're being spammy or knife salespeople or aggressive? Well, that's because sometimes we don't have the tools where we think we have the value. So let's talk about some MLME. Yes, yes. And I love what Melissa Lesniak put in. It is our job, right? And at the end of the day, lead generation is simply this: relationship building. Do you guys like building relationships? I don't know about you, but I love those networking mixers. If you were at the millionaire dinner and we hung out, hello. But I love building relationships. Some of the ways we can do that is by jogging our memories, because we know people. We all know so many people, but we may get aggravated when those people have a sign in the yard that belongs to someone else because we didn't reach out for fear of not being able to bring value, right? Does that sound familiar? Because you're telling me this in all my classes that we're at. So who does your taxes? Is that person in your data bank? What about household repairs? Do you have a awesome handyman? If you were on the growth call yesterday, you saw that one of your social posts for August is looking for a handyman. How about an electrician? How about does anybody buy window coverings from people? Like, this is from an old memory jogger, but does anybody still buy like drapes? I think that's the word my grandmother used to use when she used to have someone come to the house to make custom drapery. Who treats your home for pests? What about life insurance? Homeowner
Wait,
insurance.
I have to stop you. Tiffany said, I married my electrician, so he was quite a lead.
It was an electrifying experience. Full of puns today. It's been a long day.
Shocked to hear that.
Right, but who do you go to in your life that's there? Because these are the people who should be in your data bank, because everybody does something and needs a real estate person in their life, whether it is to buy, sell, invest, or move property around, right, Tiff? Or maybe they want to get into the business, or maybe they need an equity line, or they need a plumber, an electrician.
How about, we are talking summer shift. What about our favorite lifeguard? Our favorite bartender?
I just ran into a lifeguard that was a friend's child that grew up with my kids that is now a lifeguard, and he's like all older and stuff. And I was like, oh, how's your mother? Like, it was a total coincidence. So yes. Who do you know and can appropriately tag? So we have a gift for you that will be sent out and will be posted in the Facebook. We have like a 16-page memory jogger that's about to come your way. Who's read 7 Levels of Communication? If you have, Michael, perfect. I'm going to put that book link in the email as well and on the Facebook page. But what we've done is we've grabbed a couple of KW resources and resources from the 7 Levels of Communication. The beeper salesperson happens to be my favorite person on that list. So look for that. But it's just a fun way to jog your memory of who you can know, and you can quickly add. How many people do you think they could add by doing this worksheet, Tiffany, and putting them in your data bank?
At least 50.
I'd say at least 100. I say at least 100. And don't forget to tag them. Tags are bank, right? We know that. Well, yes. Who we got? Tiffany, I can't see the participants.
I'm working on it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's Larry.
They keep moving.
Got it.
Okay.
And who do you know who lives in each state, right? This could also be, is it other realtors that are your referral partners? Can you say you have a referral partner in every state? What about different parts of the country? We just added 6 countries to the KW app. I have been searching Bermuda for properties.
Puerto
actually.
Rico, Bahama, let's just go at it.
Right, right. So who do you know, and let's get them in. So Tiff, we've talked about this relentlessly in our side of things, but the shift means fewer leads, fewer showings, the scariest thing ever, which is days on market increase, right? Somebody was like, that property sat 12 days. What's wrong with it? And I'm like,
12 days.
12 days?
Well,
12 days? Like, I remember seeing a property sit 184 and I was like, ooh, this is going to go soon. Like,
yeah. Or 747 days if you were around for
right. So the market shifted. The amount of leads are going to go down, and lead gen now becomes your business. But when I say lead gen, I no longer want that panic to hit your heart. What I want to happen is you to get excited. And when I say lead gen, you guys say relationship building. So I say lead gen, you say?
relationship building.
And I say lead gen, and you say?
Relationship building.
Yes. Can you tell I was a camp counselor at one point in my life? Relationship building is what this is all about. Karina, you're laughing, you know. All right, get that scratch pad out, your dirty receipt, whatever you're writing on. What is your goal for closed transactions this year? Now, this number may change. It may be new to you. If you're newer in the business, go ahead and write it down on that. And then in your business, how are you going to spend that money that's coming in? Right? How are you reinvesting in your business? The answer can't be yourself on this next one. Who holds you accountable? Because you're the worst accountability partner to yourself.
I'm my worst accountability partner, and I
I am
consider
the
myself
worst.
an amazing accountability partner.
Right. I'm awful for myself, but Jem Bovey's fantastic for me and vice versa. And you're fantastic for me and vice versa, but I am not. I lie to myself. That's why. And currently, how many hours a day do you lead generate? Not minutes, hours. And when I say lead gen, you say? I see all the little mouse moving.
Relationship
Yes.
building.
Yes, they're done. Okay, write those down.
Hey, I just have to stop for 30 seconds.
Do it.
This is about lead generation, right? I've seen 2 referral opportunities in the chat, and we're only 14 minutes into this call. Great job lead generating and building
Yes.
relationships.
A lot of people don't realize how great of a function there is on the right hand side of the chat. And there's 3 dots I lovingly call meatballs because I'm food motivated. And at the end of this class, before we end it, you can hit those meatballs and download the chat. So anything that gets passed through here, phone numbers or people in certain areas, hint, hint, it's why we ask you where you're from and what it's doing. It's just a more gentle way than saying, put your referral info in, right? Drop it. But you can download that chat at the end. So generally 3 to 4, 4. Now, this may be different depending on if you're dual career, if you're brand new, if you've been doing this a long time, do you have an ISA? No, there's so many variables, but Tiffany, what does the MREA say you should be doing for lead gen every day? How many hours?
9 to 12.
9 to 12. 10, 11, 12. That is 3 hours. Now, you may have to put that at a different point in your day, depending on what you're doing. If you work full time, you have to lead gen differently on the weekends and at night. Right? All right. So to master lead gen, and when I say lead gen, you say?
Relationship building.
You do have to learn how to do it. How do we do it, Tiffany? How are some of the ways we study for lead gen?
Go to the grocery store, talk to people there, go door knock a neighborhood. If you're hanging out and it's summer shift for you, go to the beach and talk to everybody on the beach. Like, lead generation could be really simple. And well, let's just back up. So we have our introverted lead generation and we have our extroverted lead generation, right? So
Yep.
any lead generation that you're going to do is great lead generation. You have to take the action.
Yes, and you do also have to dig into our markets, right? So time block for 30 minutes a day to be studying what's going on nationally, locally in your state, and hyper local with your real estate market. Are there new developments? Are there new builders coming out? What are you seeing going on with inspections, appraisals? What are you seeing going on with mortgages? What's the interest rate doing? And I will make sure this is in the email, but this is a great way to start your day with an SOS. This is going to rescue your whole day. So let's get our market numbers. Every day, let's start with this. Do you know the number of homes sold? Do you know the number of homes on the market, pending, expired, days on market, average list price that sold, average list price current? How many months of inventory do we have? Or your average interest rates? That's what's going to set you apart. You've heard Jen and I say, you've heard Tiffany say it, your team leaders, that you got to know your numbers. This is what's going to set you apart from every other agent in the market. Because when somebody says to you, how's the market? You're going to be able to say, well, in our town today, within the last month, what do you, like you can dig in deeper. You can say there are 32 homes pending. There are 6 live. And there are 3 coming soons.
Yep.
You looking to make a move? Do you need more information on your home? It just gives you a moment to hop in and really be an expert.
And when somebody says, hey, how's the market? My comment is always, are you asking me as a buyer, a seller, or an investor, right? Because right there, if they're asking you how the market is and you ask them that question, you're qualifying the opportunity.
And the other thing, and we touched about this briefly, and we're just going to fly by this again, is that we do have to confront those media conversations, and factual data is what's going to get you around those media conversations. Tiffany and I were just at an event and I was ready to kick the boob tube out because the person they had on as the real estate expert, 1, was no expert I'd ever heard of. 2, was saying things that nobody here would ever say. And I was like, shut the news off. I cannot handle this local expert anymore. And Abe Lincoln said, just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true. So we've really got to pay attention to what's going on in the media and have the data so that we can be the realtor of choice and the expert of choice in our neighborhoods. Wow, we got Absolutely. A lot of people joining.
I know.
We do have to practice. And at the end of this too, and in the email and on the Facebook, we're going to give you guys a chance to find new practice pals that are not in your locale. And this is super important. If you're in Maine, find somebody in Rhode Island. If you're in Rhode Island, find someone in Vermont, because it's so impactful to practice with an agent that is not in your market. Because if you know the stats, you're going to be like, Tiffany, where'd you get those? That is wrong. And if it's wrong, just run with it with confidence when you're practicing, because it's just practice.
Yeah.
As long as you say it with confidence. Right?
Well, here's the other piece of it, right? Social media really outweighs the news these days. Like, personally, I don't watch the news.
Smart.
I get the highlights of what's going on in the world, right? Yep. I get the highlights of what's going on in the world through social media, and then I go research what's the truth.
You have to. So we practice. So you guys are going to find practice pals, and we've given you even the different subjects. What are you looking for? Are you looking for seller presentations, general real estate knowledge? We really break it down so you can find a partner in a specific time that works for both of you. And we're going to publish that list for you guys once we've compiled it after the next few days before the next shift. But we have to time block to practice. We have to get good at these things. Practice on each other, not your clients. We don't want to practice on the people that we're sitting in front of that we want to be our clients. We want to practice on one another. Practice on your dog.
So in the chat,
talk to your dog.
In the chat, somebody says, I always have trouble with where to start with scripts. Well, first off, let's stop using the word scripts. Let's talk real estate conversations, right? So it's really this simple. Ring, ring. Brooke, say something.
Yo.
Hey, Brooke, it's Tiffany. I'm calling because I saw your listing at 123 Main Street. I'd love to know more about it. That's how you start a script. Like, it doesn't have to be overcomplicated. Just pick up the phone, you ask a question about real estate, and then that person does the same thing in return.
Yes. And actually, the script starts this simply. Ring, ring. Like it literally, what's the hardest part of command logging in? The hardest part of script practice is ring, ring. Just flow with it. Flow
Right.
with it. And if you both have to shut your videos off while you're doing it, do it. But be there and be present on the phone during the Zooms. So we're going to help you guys come up with a practice plan. You'll know when, who, and then come up with a reward. Set a goal for the both of you to be so comfortable with what you're practicing with a certain time and how many times you're going to practice, and then reward yourselves. You've got to reward yourself. Buy the book, buy the Audible, do the thing you wanted to do, but give yourself a reward so that it feels good. And we've got to do time on task. Time on task can be very hard in real estate because we are so busy putting out fires. But I can guarantee you, you will have no fires to put out and no deals to be working in if you don't do the lead gen that's going to lead to getting you clients. So you're worried about the fires now, but I can guarantee you that in the 3 hours you're doing lead gen, things will either resolve or still be there when you get out of your lead gen, because I would rather have problems and the people to help leverage and solve them than no clients and nothing to work on when I'm done my lead gen.
Yep.
Okay. 3 hours a day, find it, put it in there, time block it. If you take it out of your time block, you have to put it back somewhere. And if you put something in that time block, Gary says, if you erase, you replace. Unless there are dire emergencies, no interruptions. Okay. In the 3 hours, you're going to prepare, you're going to take action, and you're going to maintain it. And I love this. They give us some little hints. People, this is what people say they don't like about lead gen. They don't like to cold call strangers. Great. Call people who you know, love, and like. Start with them. Start with your birthday smart plan tasks, your home anniversary smart plan tasks, your quarterly call plans. Start with those because, man, do those feel good. If you spend all morning in the email, put on an out of office that says when you're going to respond and choose that time to respond to emails. Emails are a time suck. And if you can't reach people in the morning, then do touches with a voicemail and then add tasks later to follow up with an email or a text message. Okay. You got to set those lead gen goals too. Now we can do this in command as easily as we can on paper for today. How many calls do you want to make tomorrow? How many contacts do you want to add to your data bank? How many contacts in general do you want to have? How many appointments with buyers and how many appointments with sellers do you want to get? Be specific. And on my website on brookthenerd.com, there's a lead gen calculator that if you want to close so many transactions, it'll back this up for you and it'll tell you how many contacts you have to have and how many appointments you have to go on to get those closings. I'll add that to the email for you. We also have to make sure that messages match the market. We're going to have my favorite acronym coming up, and it's called MOFR. And if you know what a MOFR is, put it in the chat. I think this is the funniest term, especially because it's hard to find when people are like, what is she talking about? I Googled it. I don't know how to spell MOFR. With her accent, it's odd. Like, is there really an R? Is it MOFA? Like, what is going on here in Massachusetts with this? But we've got to make sure that our message matches the market we're in. We can't hit certain target audiences with the wrong message. How many of you put Facebook ads out and they fall flat? Mine have been lately, right? I'm not getting good luck on Facebook. Amanda's got it. Make offer for immediate response, right? I'm falling flat, and it's because I'm not following the rules of shift and I'm not matching the message to the market. So for the things I'm doing, it's just not hitting and it's not making sense. So do I continue to run that ad? No.
Right.
Nope, I'm not running those ads anymore. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to go with something I feel, and I'm going to, I mastermind with other RTTs. What am I doing? What is hitting your market? What is getting immediate response? Right? So your message matches the market, has to have a specific target audience, and we have to have market conditions. You want to make them an offer. Is it a direct offer or is it an indirect offer? Direct offer is call now. Those are those lawyer commercials. If you've been injured in the call now for immediate compensation. Or, oh, in the future, if you're in an accident and want to sue someone, we're here for you. That's an indirect offer. Come on, we've all seen those on TV when
Oh,
we're
yeah.
homesick, right? It does, and it needs a method.
So should your message match the market of perception or perception of the market?
What is your client's perception of the market? What are they hearing on the news? If people are in distress right now and they have to sell a property quick, why aren't we just saying need to sell your home fast? There's a mofer.
Yep.
There's a mofer. Then you can set an appointment. Then you can get out there with a CMA and do everything you need to do. But there's no, I would love my property to sit on the market for 8 months with no showings.
There are some people out there. That's not my mofer though.
No, the need is immediate, right? We sell your home fast. Need to sell your home fast. Buyers looking in your area. There's so many mofers. We give you a list of a couple too in that email that's going to go out for you guys today. But the more immediate response, the more motivated the lead. If somebody is not clicking on something, not requesting information, not booking the appointment, one, they're not finding the value in our message, or two, the offer we're making is not immediate or direct enough to get now. Doesn't mean they're not meant to be in your data bank. It means those are the people we may have to drip on a little more with campaigns. I love mofers. Everybody's going to use mofers now. You're never going to forget it, right? So when we're doing lead gen, we've heard about this in Ignite. This is an MREA in the lead gen, but prospecting and marketing are two totally different things. Tiffany, can you quickly, under 30 seconds, describe what they are, what the difference is?
So simply, prospecting is you have a fishing pole with a hook. Marketing is you throw a big net out and you pray something jumps in.
Prayer is not a business plan. Hopes and prayers are not business plans. That's exactly it. One, you are fishing in a specific spot looking to catch a certain fish. And the other one is, I also think of it as spaghetti on the wall. You throw something till it sticks, right?
Yeah.
That's what that is in marketing. And you can still do direct and indirect. Want to know what your home's worth today, or interested in what properties in your neighborhood have been selling for? Indirect, direct. We also have to get in the path of business. And a couple of the things on here make some people uncomfortable. If they make you uncomfortable, ask yourself why. Is it because I need more education and practice with a partner on understanding what a FSBO is? If you're newer to the market, to this world, a FSBO is a for sale by owner. Some people love those. Some people are like, I am never calling a FSBO. I got yelled at twice. I'm never doing it again. Right? Or it is it lack of experience. You're exactly right, Diane. But in a shifted market, these are what you want in your path of business to keep shifting. So for sellers, those expired listings, those FSBOs. Okay. For buyers, are you doing open houses? And if you're not, why? And if you're doing open houses, are you door knocking? Are you doing neighbor previews? Are you getting out there? Are you doing commuter open houses? I saw one the other day. Open houses are still flying. 72 cars parked on this road waiting to get into open house in New Hampshire and Goffstown. I was like, what? The market is still there. And the most important thing, and why we focus on this on the growth call, is you got to get back to your Mets and past clients, because they're your number one source of repeat business and referrals. And it's okay to eat the frog. It's okay to say to them, I've done a really bad job of staying in touch while I was busy. I apologize. I want to be better. How's everything? And this is not the chance for you to vomit real estate all over this friend when you're trying to rebuild that relationship. This is not that time. This is about rebuilding. Remind them you're in real estate. Hey, are you doing any projects this summer on your house, Tiffany?
Nah, not this summer. I'm gonna lay on the lake.
Oh, excellent. Well, just in case you ever do, I know at one point you talked to us about adding a deck. I do have a couple contractors who come highly recommended. Do you want me to throw them in an email to you just in case you think you want to go forward with it? I know they're really booking far out.
Yeah, actually, what about a dock?
Oh, they do that as well. Let me do this. I'm going to hang up with you and then I'm going to connect you. I'm also going to reach out to both of them and let them know you're going to be giving them a call. Okay.
Right. Never
Awesome.
take the first no.
Nope. Right. And I was still talking about housing and real estate and all the things we do in our world. And now I have a reason to reach out. And now I have another reason to reach out again saying, hey, were you able to connect with those contractors over the dock? And what are your ideas? Show me. Right. Be enthusiastic and positive. That was enthusiastic and positive. That's how I rock and roll. Ask for business and referrals. We have to ask for business and referrals. Do you know anyone looking to buy or sell? We have to ask it in our own ways, but we do have to talk about real estate and we do have to treat them special. Those are your birthday smart plans. Those are quarterly call plans. Those are tags remembering the special things about them so that when you call, you're not like, I think you have a dog named Skippy. How's Skippy? I don't have a dog named Skippy. Do the things that matter, right? Get the engagement off your Facebook and different things and put it in the notes. Try something new. Try something new that doesn't cost money. Be a guest on a blog or a vlog. A vlog is a video blog, okay? They still exist. Who do you know that runs one where you can be a guest, where they can interview you? Find builders, go to their breakfast. Close social media groups. Run your own closed social media group and use the growth call. Guys, every Monday, starting back up in September, but for the summer, we've only been doing it monthly. Yesterday, we gave you guys a month worth of social media posts that you could go out there and do and put it out for engagement. So instead of racking your brains trying to figure out what am I going to post about and wasting that time, set it and forget it, because a shift is not a time for perfection paralysis. I can make that graphic better. It's not my vibe. And then nothing goes out and you wasted 2 hours.
Something is better than perfect and something is better than nothing.
Absolutely. This is a time to get out there and get in front of the people. Get in front of them. So write down, what new source of leads will you explore? Okay, I want you guys to take a minute, write that down. Courtney, I'll put that link out for you in a minute. It's the growth call. But what new source of leads do you want to explore? Actually, Tiffany, can you grab it? My Chrome is stuck to this and I can't.
I can.
Thank you. Growth call Facebook, we post it and it's emailed out with the links. And the YouTube has everything we go over and why you do it. Now, second part of this question, when are you going to do this? And 6 months isn't the answer. I want like a date in the next 2 weeks on that piece of paper. By when are you going to explore this new one? Corinna, write it down. I don't see a pencil in your hand. Write it down. I'm calling you next Friday. There you go. We also talk about this so much. And Tiffany, I think you're the most perfect person to talk about it. Yes, Wendy, charity work. Why do they have to shift their mindset during a shift? And that's a lot of shifting words. But why is it so important to have a different mindset today?
I mean, if you don't have a different mindset today, then you're constantly playing catch up. Like, who's going to take action first? And, shift your mindset today, because what happens if you wait? It's that whole, it's the arch that we use all the time, where are we in the market? When's the best time to buy? When's the best time to shift your mindset? Honestly, the best time to shift your mindset is every single day. And yet,
and everybody needs a shift and everybody needs a mindset check. And I'm so glad to see all your faces here on this shift with us, because this is one of the smartest things you can do for your own mindset in your own business. And some of you may be sitting here thinking, but Brookie, I've heard this before and I've read this. Well, great. What is your business doing today?
right?
Because what you did yesterday is not going to work tomorrow or next week in certain shifts.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is the basics always win. Relationship building, partner practice around communications and dialogues, and lead generating. The foundational things that we do as an agent in a shift, if we all did those, we'd never talk about a shift. This book wouldn't exist, right? If we stuck to the systems, models, and tools of the MREA, there would be no book, because there'd be no panic. Like I feel like there's a panic button on everybody's desk, and as soon as they hear the word shift, bang, and then the little minions run around.
Well, let's also have the conversation around, if you did the basics, no matter what the market is, when the market is quote unquote shifting, you're on task to meet your goals. When the market is quote unquote amazing, you're going to double, triple, quadruple your goals. So don't ever leave the basics.
They don't. And lead generating for 3 hours can be difficult, right? So what are some tools that you tell your agents when they are struggling with lead generation? And I'm going to give you my favorite tech tip in a minute.
So build your barricade. Do your prep work the night before. If your goal is to make 20 conversations that you're going to talk to 20 people, have a list of 60 in advance. Put all your notifications on silent.
There's my tech tip. Focus.
Right? Go, something. Go with a group of people, do it together as a team, so you're all going towards the same goal.
Yep. You could go on Zoom with someone across states and both be muted, but see each other and have your sound off and just see that you're both physically smiling and dialing.
Yep.
And it's going to keep you committed to doing certain things, and you're going to have a partner to pick you up and give you a pep talk when you don't want to do those things. Who's going to Mega Camp? If you're going to Mega Camp, put a Y in the chat, because it's also a great way to build referrals and start talking to people who want to be making moves. Why don't you, if you know that a lot of people in your community are looking to go to Virginia, Arizona, those warmer climates that New England sucks in January, February, March, that they're going to be like, I'm out. Why don't you make those connections ahead of time and speak to the people about their stats and what's going on in their market, so that when your friends are ready, you are the realtor of choice to help connect them with someone and keep that relationship open while they're in those other places. Yes, silent Zoom accountability partners. It's like a silent movie, but it keeps you motivated. It's fantastical. It's magical.
And I'm competitive.
It really is.
Competition.
Yeah.
I love competition. Don't tell me you're going to do 50, because then I'm going to do 51.
Tiffany and I are highly competitive people. It's so fun, right? And I love being virtual too, because the regional team, we're spread out all over New England. We don't get to interact in person, so to be able to do these things together, Melissa Lesniak, I knew you were going to do that. I was waiting for you to pop that up on there. other thing is, guys, smart plans. If you have not dug into Command and Smart Plans, talk to your market center tech trainer or agent services, those in your market center who help you with the tools. Because if you use smart plans the way they are meant to be used, every day when you walk in, your Command app is going to tell you who to call, text, email, snail mail, or do something for. It's magic. It's like, remember those books that came out in the 90s, Programming for Dummies? This is lead gen for dummies. Like, where was this when my husband got into the business? Because my life might have been a little easier with him when he was learning how to be an agent. Every day I have a task list of things I need to do. And then when I add someone new to my data bank, I make sure they're set up on smart plans. They're going to make it so that I stay more human more often with those people, because no human can keep those things in here. No piece of paper is going to last forever. And I've been in realtors' cars. The back seat is nothing but jammed up open house sheets stuffed under the back seats and into pockets. You're not going to keep those pieces of paper. Get them into a system somewhere. And we've got to ask for business. Don't forget about your business to business friends, right? Are you putting the pizza place, the plumber, and all those great people who help our world move forward in our database? And are we showering love and attention on them when their businesses have an anniversary or a birthday, or they've got something fantastic they want to share and we help them share out? The more we give to our communities, the more we get. And in a shift, our communities are what's going to keep our businesses moving forward. Same. Yep. Karen just said help fellow agents and they will give you leads once in a while when they are too busy. Tap into your top agents. All right, guys, we went through that rather quick today. Let's do a review. And if anybody's got a question and they want to raise their digital paw, we can dig into this. Yes, it'll be recorded. In that recording is on our KW New England YouTube channel. It's also on the Facebook page. I will repost all those links. But what do we got for questions, guys? What can we answer for you, or things that you want to talk about when it comes to lead generating?
While we're waiting for people to raise their hand, I think a really important part of this, and we touched on it with the get right, like get real, get right. At the end of the day, what do you desire your life to look like, right? And based on that desire, how important is it? What impact will it have on others? And it's doing the 3 hours of lead generation going to get you closer? And who do you have to tell your goals to so they help hold you accountable?
So one of the Jamie Camaradas has raised their hand. I don't know which Jamie Camarada this is, so I am prepared to be surprised. JC, which one are you? You're on mute.
I think I unmuted. I don't
Yay!
know.
We
Hi.
got you.
I'm Valerie Brower. I'm trying to listen. It's hard because I'm on my iPad and it's broken up, but this is great.
That's
I read
okay.
everything I was supposed to, and yes, give me all the help I can.
What's your favorite lead gen activity to do?
Honestly, because I'm fairly new, it's to just reach out to my sphere. And I know that they said they wanted to sell their house, so I'll go on MLS or near in and I'll see what their house is worth, and I'll just sort of remind them, hey guys, look what it's worth now. You still interested? It's all I can do right now.
Love it. What are you doing? Go one step further. What else can you do while you're in the tools?
What else can I do while I'm in the tools?
Yep. If you're setting them up on saved searches, if you're giving them information, what now?
Well, I have one client where I'm sending them like they're actually actively looking, but not really. You know that. So I set them on a preset sort of, hey, this house is in your price range and what you're looking for, and just sort of so they don't forget about me. and I'm sure when they're ready, they'll contact me if they see a house they want to see or whatnot. I guess is what I'm doing.
So systematize it as well. And Susan, you took the words out of my mouth. Dig into their motivation. What would get them to make a move tomorrow, today? And don't forget to use the automated tasks. There are things like long-term nurtures, midterm nurtures. There are things meant to get people into conversations with you fast. There was something that used to be called 10 days of pain. Who remembers 10 days of pain? Now it's called 10 days of love, if you look it up.
Is
We've
it
been
really?
in love. Yes.
I love it.
It's in this-
I like the 10 days of pain.
I do too, but we all know my personality is a little more aggressive than some. But where's the value that you're bringing them outside of just being a real estate agent and dig up their motivation? If you are in Andover, talk to Jamie, talk to Ashley, talk to your leadership crew there, your top agents, and find out what they've done to really up that factor and get them motivated. So, one, you either drip on them if they are not motivated, or if they are, you get them in somewhere soon. Right? That's the other thing is digging up motivation helps us plan. Okay, I'm just going to drip on you automated stuff and remember to touch and remember to reach out and call and text and birthdays. But if you're motivated, that's where all my energy is going to go to, are the people who are motivated to make that move. Oftentimes we are so worried about that net and making sure everybody's touched and everybody feels wonderful, that we need to put our focus into the motivating, finding the motivating, keeping them motivated, and getting them to close and make those purchases or get them out of the houses. Use the tools available to you so that way you set it, you forget it, you get a task to call, right? So I'm talking your quarterly call plans, your birthday, your home anniversary, long term, midterm, 8 days of pain, 10 days of pain, now called 10 days of love. And use those things, set it, forget it, and then all that's going to happen and the tasks are going to come up and you're going to look like a genius because you remembered a birthday.
Yep.
My favorite thing, and I think she's on the call, but we have someone who's newer to our community, and they had interactions with a KW agent. So when they were here, they were like, I just love that they remembered my birthday. And I was like, I'm about to shatter this poor person's world. I was like, can I show you how they remembered it was your birthday? They're not that great. Like, they're not that good. They can't remember this. They have 40,000 people in their data bank knowing who it was. And I was like, this is how KW agents stay on top of the most important things in their clients' lives. And I ruined their world. They were like, wow. I'm like, you are still important, but this is how we remember to keep those people staying important to you.
Absolutely. All right. So I feel like this is a Matt Erdman statement. And if it wasn't him and somebody else, I apologize to the person that I didn't give credit to. But at the end of the day, if we do not get an aha action item, then this was just infotainment.
Yes.
So there are 166 of you. I would love to see that chat box just scroll with what actions are you going to take based on what you heard today.
Well, I'm going to tell you that they are going to love our Practice Pal sheet, and they're all going to sign up to find a Practice Pal, right?
Yep.
Shut off notifications. Listen, I'm covered in technology, right? I got Macs, I got Apple stuff across the board. And if you're an Android person, they all link to each other. Going into focus mode is the smartest thing you can do. So you're not constantly looking at your screen, feeling the vibration, hearing the dings, door knocking. The best lead gen is the one you will do. I'm going to say this. If you're newer in our business, you're going to come in and see people and you're going to be like jaw dropped, like, how did they do that? How did they close so many? I want to be like them, but I am petrified of people and I don't know what to say. You don't have to do the things they're doing now because they built up to certain things in their career and they can afford certain lead gen things as well. We've got to stick at the beginning before we go from entrepreneurial to purposeful. We've got to stick with what's comfortable and good and slowly get out of that comfort zone. And in the shift, we've got to go with what's working and most cost effective.
Yep.
Start using action plans. I love that. Back to the basics. Karen's going to do better keeping in touch with the Mets. You do a
one-on-ones
bad
with,
job.
yeah. Do one-on-ones with
Get
my
your-
networking group in the next 2 weeks, find accountability partner and do silent Zooms.
Silent Zooms with someone. You can't be alone. You have to have someone there.
Yeah. And honestly, being with you, sometimes you should be with somebody else.
Yeah, you should.
Just
I
sometimes.
love seeing all these. Who wants to be brave, raise their digital paw, come off of mute and talk to us about one of their really big things that they're going to put into play immediately when they leave our call today? Because you're winning my heart when you guys say smart plans. I see that. I see the bribes in the chats. I see it.
I have
Go
Lori who
ahead,
raised
my
her hand.
friend. Lori.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see y'all. Hey, so I like this idea, the MOFR
Mhm.
idea. And so you mentioned, to put out a question, need to sell your home fast, right?
Yeah.
So then what would the action be? Would it be set an appointment with me? Or I don't have that set up yet, but I should have it set up on Facebook for people to be able to make an appointment.
Click here for your home valuation report. Click here to apply. Click here to learn more. Click here for an appointment. Click here.
Okay.
Click here, click here, click here.
Okay.
Click here for the 10 top tips to get your home sold in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Find out what other buyers loved about this community.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, thanks.
Yes, and we're going to put those MOFRs out. I'm getting a few emails, but don't worry. Some of the MOFRs we have, we're going to share with you in that email. So don't panic and don't reuse it constantly. That's the other thing, right? When you use the same thing and everybody uses the same thing consistently, you break the algorithms in Facebook, and that's the nerdiest thing I'm going to say to you today.
Yeah. I used to manage a team of 10 agents. My goal was 400 opportunities every single month. So that call to action, find out what people are looking for. Here's the great thing. When you have great conversations and ask great questions, your call to actions come from that. Like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. People will tell you what they're looking for. And if one person tells you they're looking for something, I guarantee you someone else is. And I'm going to give a Brady Sendall conversation for 30 seconds. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So when somebody says, wow, those pictures that you put out for that listing looks great, or the homeowner says, I love the pictures that you put out, you say, that's fantastic. Who else do you know that would want great pictures
Of their
right?
home.
Yeah. So instead of just saying thank you, what's the call to action you can ask? I think that I've heard him speak numerous times. That's the biggest takeaway that I've ever received.
And we talked about it today with our Market Center tech trainers and how to use every compliment as a way to lead gen. Tiffany, thank you so much for finding me that contractor. Help me build the dock of my dreams.
Who else would need a contractor to build a great dock for them?
Oh, well, you know what? My neighbor loved it. Maybe I should give you their name.
Right.
Right? Stop with the no problems. No problem, just doing my job. Because all people hear is no problem, no problem, no problem. Tiffany, it was my pleasure to help you find that contractor. Who else on the lake would love a dock like yours?
Right.
Right? I say it to you guys. Yeah. I'm so glad you enjoyed sitting with me. It was my pleasure to help you, learn about the different parts of command. Who else in your market center could benefit from a 15-minute meeting with me?
Yep. Well, and it wouldn't be a call with Tiffany if we didn't have the conversation around who else in the industry that's a real estate agent is not getting the support that they should be getting, and getting this shift conversation that,
They're getting it without the F.
right.
Just saying. They're getting shifted without the F.
So who else should have this conversation? I know, I can't even right now.
It's really hot in my office, you know? Karen.
All right, we're just gonna end it on that. Do you want to do a
What
giveaway?
we are going to do today, though, is we have a giant margarita basket provided
we're gonna
today
need one
by
after
our
this.
friends at Precision Transactions. If you guys don't know Beth and Jillian, you need to. They are some of the most amazing, resourceful, knowledgeable, and shifting transaction coordinators, and they are in many of our states in New England. So Jillian and Beth, if you're on, can you raise your hands? We just want everybody to wave to you. Wave on out. I don't see them. Where's
And here's the
Beth?
other piece, 11
here.
of you.
Hi.
I'm here, Brooke. Beth isn't here, but I'm
Hello.
here.
Hi, Jill. Thank
Hi.
you guys so
Hi,
much.
Jillian.
Hello. So
Hello.
you've got to stay on to win. And I'm also going to have all of Precision's information in the wrap up email. But Cassie sent it to me while we were. All right.
Here's the
For
really
the
sad
winner.
thing. There are 14 people that will not have an opportunity to win.
Oh, well, this person's on, but she has to answer us. Ready? I don't know if you say it this way or the other way. So if I screw it up, I am so sorry. Tanya Doherty. Or is it Tanya? Is it Tanya?
No, it's Tanya.
Woohoo!
Tanya, where are you? Raise your hand so I can highlight you.
Oh, wait, hold on one second. I'm like,
Oh,
I
she's
don't
coming
know
on
what
screen
buttons
too.
I'm
Look at
pressing.
that.
Hi, everyone.
I don't see you.
She's up. She has her hands clapping.
Oh, I have my hands clapping. Sorry.
There you are.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on your margarita basket.
Oh, it was so funny because my daughter, she's in summer break, clearly, and just got in from a swim lesson. She's like, "Hi, mommy. Oh, I'm sorry, you're on Zoom." I'm like, "That's all right, honey. I don't have the video and I'm on mute. We're just wrapping up." I was like, "But this is the final piece." She's like, "Oh, mommy, a margarita basket. I hope you win."
Well, you filled out the eval on the Summer of Shift on the Brooke the Nerd Summer of Shift website. So you got extra entries for doing that evaluation and you stayed on. So I hope you enjoy it. You're not far away. I might come enjoy it with you. You
That's
could
no
just
problem.
send me a quick email to v.silva@kw.com so I can connect you with them. I'm also going to pop up what you've got to do next week one more time. Actually, we don't see you guys until the 6th because we have James Shaw live coming in the next week. So that's where we will be. So we will see you guys 8/6. So time block that 1 hour for Summer of Shift. The other thing before you pop off, go to chat, hit those 3 dots and download the chat. All your new referral friends and partners are in there. Stay tuned for the email from us with all the Summer of Shift goodies, all the information we provided today. And you've got to read pages 83 to 108 to be getting ready for on the 6th. That's not a lot of pages before the 6th, or audible them, but to get ready for Tactic 5. So we are going to be going over Tactic 5, which is lead conversion. So this week we talked about lead generating. Next week we're going to talk about lead conversion. I mean on the 6th. All right, fam. You have a fabulous day. Shift with an F and make it a great one.
All right.
And we will see you next. On the 6th. On the 6th. Can you tell that's broken into my brain to do that? All right, guys. Don't forget to hit that download chat. Save the chat. Hit the meatballs because I'm going to end it. And we're out. Bye, Tiffany. Thank you.
Bye.